Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally and welcome to the first completed colouring book pages and projects for the year 2025. This of course is January's completions. I have no idea how many colouring pages there are. I'll have to keep a track as I go through. I have 7 of these little sticker things here to share with you that I completed. And I also did 2 Loz builds, which I'll put some photos up here to show you. Now, from memory, both of those are also on the channel. I am a bit flustered, I must say, at the time of recording. We're having a little bit of a heat wave at the moment and I've had to turn all the fans off so I can record, and I'm hot and flustered and I'm running behind on everything. At time of recording, it's the 2nd of February and I haven't even put up my Patreon freebie. I haven't put up February's reminder of my year-long colour along craft along. I'm just really behind on everything. As you can see, I have been crafting, hence the band-aids. I'm a very clumsy crafter. I cut myself here by using scissors to shave some resin down that overflowed, so I was shaving it down with one blade, not realizing the other blade of the scissor was actually in the thumb here digging down. So and I've got like a cut there as well. Very, very clumsy crafter. That's what I've been doing. That's why my videos have been a bit slack of late, but there will be exciting things to show once I have finished making the things I'm making. Let's get on to what you actually came here to watch. So first of all, let's just have a quick look at these 7 little sticker puzzles. I still don't know a proper name for them. I'm still calling them sticker puzzles. These ones I love them because they're all different shapes. So they're not your standard sort of square or rectangle ones. These ones came as little themes. So you've got like little scenes in jars, scene in a dome, treasure chests, books, that sort of thing. So yeah, I love these ones and that's why I picked them up. I didn't film doing any of these. I did them all whilst watching television and I absolutely love them. I'm still addicted to them and I've still got a few more to go. I do have a book of 20 that I have finished. I have shown 1 or 2 on the channel at the time of sticking them, I guess you would say, but I have done a flip through of all 20 pages, which I will show as a separate video. I'm not showing them here. So really for the month of January I did 27 of these little sticker puzzles. Now what I did, now I've got to look, I did 5 books, but oh hang on, I did 8. There's the other one. I'll hold that one up a bit more. Yeah, there's the 8th one. I forgot about this one. It got stuck between some colouring books, but again this one being, it's done like a little jewelry box. So yeah, I loved these ones of different shapes. Back to the colouring books. So my new theme, of course, for this year is sweary, spooky cats. And I have to admit I didn't do any swearing in my colouring this month, but I was a lot slower in my colouring because I did so much in December and I have this other side project going on about, I have mentioned it before, about making some stuff to sell on Etsy, like physical things now instead of digital things. So I've been busy making and I haven't really been colouring, but I did get a few pages done. So this is the first one and this is from the Ramen Animals, which was a book I wanted to finish last year and I just simply didn't. Now what I did with this one was I used some alcohol markers on some of the smaller elements, and then for the bigger elements I tried out my watercolor crayons, and I think I mentioned it in my last video for my completed pages. I want to try and use the mediums I haven't really used in the past a lot, so you'll be seeing a lot more of me trying new things and not necessarily trying them out well, because yeah, this one is very splotchy and uneven. I've got to sort of work out how thick to put it on to colour it, and again, this is also not watercolour paper, so it might not spread as nicely as it would on watercolour paper, but you know, it is what it is. I tried it out and I'm happy I tried it out, and that's that. And I realised I was also meant to do this page. As you can see, the bits I already did with the alcohol marker, I was meant to do the rest of that with the watercolour crayons as well, but I did not, so technically that's considered a pending page. I'll put a little marker in that one so that I know to do that for this month being February. So yeah, whoops. So that's the first page. Next, I thought I would do some from here. I think pretty much everything apart from that page I just showed you is sort of a colour by numbers thing for January, because I have these books and I've had them for a long time and I want to get through them. So it was a good time to ease into the new year and do some pages that I haven't done. Or some books, I haven't touched for a while. So this is the first one, and I used alcohol marker for the whole thing. And I use the colours here, but I use what I find close to it if I don't have the exact colour, because I've never seen, as an Australian, a cockatoo this bright pink in my life. So yeah, it's a near proximity to what it says there. But, you know, I still like it. It's got pinks and yellows in it, so it's beautiful as far as I'm concerned. And I did this one as well, which is a yellow hammer. And this one, again, all alcohol markers. Except for the back, I used a water-based marker. It came out a lot darker than I wanted. I just want it to be a very subtle, like I did here with the grey in the background. I mean, ultimately, the book says to leave it white, but I wanted to put something in, and I think that blue was just wrong. But it's okay. And I did change some of the colours on the birdhouse, because I didn't really want to do, like, it was meant to be purple and lavender, like grey and dark grey. I just sort of kept it to the theme of what the colours were already there. And as you can see, this brown alcohol marker was on its last sort of colour, and that's good because I like it on the tree. It makes the tree look a bit more textured. And then I thought I would try and do one of the sort of square mosaic art ones, because I haven't really been doing these ones because I wasn't sure if I'd like it, and I actually do. I think it's a mosaic pattern and I think it looks really good. Now, I wasn't quite sure what it was supposed to be. I mean, I knew it was people, but I couldn't quite work anything else out. But looking at it through my camera display, I can see it's nurses or doctors. It's medical staff, because I can see the stethoscope quite clearly, which I can't really make out when I look at it with my eye just looking at the page. But through my camera screen, I can see, yeah, there's your stethoscope, there's the little hat, and they're pills. So it's medical staff, really. And that, of course, is your heartline. Really cool. So I did another one, and this is just a sort of tile pattern, and I didn't do the colours exact again. I'm using up, I've mentioned it so many times because I'm still using it up, the very first Ohuhu alcohol marker pack I got. So most of the colours are gone now, but there still are colours within the family of what it says there. So I really like these. I was surprised I actually enjoyed these. This one especially took a long time because it's individual squares, as you can see, to make the pattern. So it was really good for mindfulness, because you just had to really just sit there and concentrate. You weren't doing big areas at a time. You were doing a couple of squares at a time. I think the most was maybe 4 in a row or something. So really good for mindfulness. So I think I'll do the other mosaic patterns in this one. I really wasn't sure if I was going to, but I definitely will. Next one, again, good for mindfulness, is this one colour mosaic carpets colouring book. Now, these are colouring books I got when I first started colouring, and I just haven't, you know, coloured in them for so long. They got to the bottom of the pile, and it's time to bring them back out. So I believe it's 2 in this one. So this is the first one. Now these again, I think it's all just, yeah, alcohol markers, using up that pack I keep talking about. Eventually I will get down to 1 or 2 markers and I'll just give up using it. But at this stage, this is a good book to use up those straggly alcohol markers with, because it doesn't matter what you do in here. Well, it doesn't matter what you do in any colour. You can colour things any way you want to. You don't have to have people with proper skin tones if you don't want to. You can have blue, you can have green, whatever. This one for me is a great book to use up those markers. So there was no sort of rhyme or reason to them. This one, I think, yeah, this one I had some leftover Touch New skin tone ones. I got them around the same time I got that first pack of Ohuhu ones I'm using up. So I was using some of the ones from the skin tone pack that I still have that haven't run out of ink yet. So that's why this one's very pale. All of the darker ones, the brown ones, dried up really quickly on the Touch New. These ones are still going. I probably wouldn't buy Touch New markers again because I found, yeah, they were a bit hit and miss. Some of them are really dry when you got them. And others like these ones are still really, really juicy and will be going for a while. So expect to see this book more. I'm not doing a 10 books I want to finish this year type thing because I've got so many things I want to try and do this year. I'm just going to do them as I do them. So you probably will see this one throughout the year as I want to use up that alcohol marker pack. Now this one I also got very early on in my colouring journey. I got it from Etsy. There was a shop there that used to, I don't know if they're still there, I haven't looked, but they used to sell Japanese colouring books. So this is one of those books. And I like this one because it is a colour by number and it's stuck. I'm going to have to put something behind that obviously, but it is a colour by number and it is thicker paper so you can put paints down. Now I used watercolour paints. Yes, did I use my Kuretake? I think I used my Kuretake watercolour paints on this one. I haven't written anything on the back, so I'll have to do that for myself later. But I might also have to put something in between the pages so they don't stick. But this one I did do on the channel. I did it as a little speed colour, and I think I did it as a speed colour and a catch-up. So watch that video. That will have more details on what paints I used. I'm pretty sure it was the Kuretake ones. And again, I didn't match specifically or to these ones. I did as close as I could because I decided I wasn't going to mix colours. I just took it straight from the palettes. And yeah, it was fun to do. So I used there's some shiny ones, like this colour here is like a shiny white, and then you've got your gold ones there. But that was fun to do. Again, it was getting used to mediums I don't use a lot, watercolour being one of them, and this paper was great for it because it did spread quite well. But yeah, check out that video if you want to see some more information on that one, but it's really quite cute. So this last book I did 5 from, and that takes it to, I have been keeping a tally on the side here, I did 13 pages. So that was more than I thought. Now this book is another one I got when I got this book. This one I think translates to seasons. It's 100 pages, colour by number. And I picked up some acrylic paint pens off AliExpress that had a brush tip, because I usually use Posca that has a bullet tip, but these ones looked really soft and subtle, and I thought there were 72 in the pack. I thought I'll try them, and this is a good book to try them in again. This might even be the year of colour by number for me, who knows? So because I really enjoyed doing these, and it was just really calming and cathartic, and so you might find I do a lot more of this sort of stuff this year. So I did this page, which I'm showing the wrong way around. It is meant to be this way around, and this was done with these acrylic paint pens that have a brush tip. They're really good, absolutely love them. And what I did is after I coloured them in, so it took me a bit longer to do a page, because once I matched and coloured in, I then decided to go along the batches of colour with a fine liner. So this one I did black. I did a few different colours to see what one I'd like the most, and I think I like doing a black outline the best because it really sort of makes it pop, in my opinion. And I like the coverage of these pens, and I'm really happy with it. So, you know, there's 100 pages. I'm not going to get this done this year, but you might see this one a lot more because, yeah, this was one I'd sort of been holding off doing because I didn't know what medium to use on it. I thought pencil, but that's going to take forever. And then when there were sales on, I thought I'm going to try the acrylic markers. Actually, let me see if I can find them so you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I've got them. I'll show them to you just after I show this page because there are 5 pages, as I said, in this book. But there's this one. I love this one. I love the purples. I just love it. A lot of the pictures in here are green because, yeah, it's forests and stuff. So I really wanted to try and find some pages that weren't just all green. So absolutely love this one. And this is another one I went around the colour blobs with a black fine liner, and again it made it pop. Now, as I said, I still do have 3 more pages in this book, but just to show you, this is the 72 colours. I swatched them. So these are the acrylic brush paint markers, Guangna, I think you say it, but they're the colours and they're stunning. And this is them. I have put them in a pencil case already. So you might have seen, not these ones, these here, these 72 here. I put them in number order. So this, just to show you, is one of the pens. And that is your nib. And I'm really happy with them. As I said, I've done the 5 pages in the book I'm showing now. Absolutely really happy with them. I don't remember how much they cost. As I said, I got them a while ago on the sale, but it might have been the Christmas sales. And I swatched them a month ago, December 24, and they do have colour 666, but for them it's purplish red, so that gave them extra credit. Really happy with that, obviously. But yeah, really love them. Love how they work in this book. Love to hear what your thoughts are if you've used them as well, what you think of them. I think they really pop in this book. Sorry, I noticed I missed one because I was putting the tabs in all different weird places. This one goes this way, yay! So this one I chose because it had more of the oranges to try out, and because it was good to get different colours to try them out with the pens as well. And this one I went around with a white gel pen. I can't remember what brand it was. I have a couple of different brands of gel pens, but yeah, I don't think the white popped as much. I mean, it did on the tree trunk here, but not so much with the autumn coloured leaves. So I think I'll probably just stick to black personally, but I wanted to try different colours to outline in to see how it worked. Again, you don't have to do the outlining. It's just something extra I wanted to do. And because I've started it now, I have to do it on all of the pages when I colour them. So they are going to take slightly longer to do. There's this one. Yeah, again, I used black on this one, and we got to try out some of the blues as well, but it's a lot of green. Most of these are going to be all green or a majority green. And the last one, which was actually the first page I did because I wasn't sure if they would go through, because as you can see these are double-sided pages, so I wanted to just trial the very, very back page to see if it would leak through, and then I realised it's not going to really tell me because they've coloured that in green. So that didn't help at all. But if I just find one of the other pages quickly, which of course now I've taken the tabs out, I can't do. Here we go. Here's one I did. Yeah, it doesn't come through, so it should colour double-sided, no problem. The only issue I might have is like I had with that other page, that it might stick to the page next to it, so I may have to put parchment paper in between each page when I do the double-sided. But as I said, this was the first one I did, and I went around it with the silver Sharpie, metallic Sharpie I had. I liked it, but again, I think the black outlining looks better than any other color. And also I thought this one might be like it was a tiny bit too thick. I think the line worked because I just wanted the line to sort of make the other colors pop. But again, this is a good example. It's mostly green, a bit of blue there as well. But really love it, really like this book. So you'll probably see this a few times a bit more because I'm loving using those pens. So I think that is it for me. Yeah, I've covered everything I've done. Yeah, as I plan background stuff, which is wanting to start up my Etsy shop again for physical items. I might not be making as much stuff throughout the year, but I still will be. Like, I'm not going anywhere. You just might find that I might share some of that making process with you if you're interested on the channel as well. I'm still trying to work out. It's all changed from when I last sold on any sort of e-commerce site, like with insurance and with country, like the different rules around safety, product safety with the EU and with America and Canada. So yeah, sadly I think I'll only be able to offer my stuff to Australia. I'm still looking into it, but that's the direction it seems to be going in, and unless, well, Etsy's trying to find out how it's all going to work with the EU especially, but from insurance perspective, a lot of Australian insurances want to charge you thousands to send things to North America. So yeah, it probably won't be happening for North America. But I will share that with you as I get closer to actually releasing some stuff. But I had a good time, good months. I hope you enjoyed what I liked. Leave me a comment down below on what you thought of these pages. I love to hear from you and I always respond. And as always, if you can't think of what to say, leave an emoji. If this is your first time stumbling across my channel, please remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and also the notification bell. And if you are interested in supporting my channel further, I do have a Ko-fi and a Patreon account set up. Details are up here on screen. Stick around for your entries, of course, to the hashtag event, Sweary Spooky Cats. And I love to see what you've done. Next month, I'm going to try to make sure I do colour in some swearies, because that's the whole point of having a sweary hashtag. I've been making swearies, so when I show them, I can show you. But yeah, apart from that, everyone, please stay safe, stay weird, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.